It's always crazy to see to me that every time the market pulls back, people are so scared to buy. They're so scared that they think this is the last pullback and that everything is over, super cycle's been cancelled. But historically, if you look back at every single time the market's pulled back, it was a massive opportunity to buy. And every time I'm like, oh, when the market pulls back again, people are going to be so excited to jump in because they realize the pattern of the market. But no, we've had another pullback. And guys, my timeline has not been more depressing on Twitter. There's only, like, even with the massive influencers that we like to follow and track on this channel, a lot of them I'm sensing they're losing hope as well, which is honestly, one, absurd, but two, exciting, because it is at that point that it looks like there's no hope, that looks like everything's finally dried up and that's the end. That is when the market is going to surprise everyone and resume the super cycle, because the smart money is buying right now and the dumb money is leaving the market down, which is shocking to me. But I'm going to be talking about Alex Becker's thesis, because he is one of the only people out there who I can see is bullish. And I want to show you exactly why he's bullish and why it's so obvious if you do understand the market cycles to be bullish. Let's start here. Alex Becker says, "This amuses me because I've lost a mid-8-figure amount from the top." Mid-8-figure. If you do the math as quickly as me, that's $50 million, which is absurd, from everybody dumping on him. "Could you stop and let me exit a bit, please?" There's a lot to say on that, but I won't put it in that video. I'll leave it for another video this week. We're going to do quite a big Becker week, especially because he's going to be launching his meme coin very soon. And he thinks he's going to be fixing the entire meme market with his launch. Again, more content on Becker and his meme coins and the opportunities coming up. So make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Darky says, "Unpopular take, but I think Libra is what we needed to finish this meme coin meta. Every meme trader has been liquidated. Let the smart money move on to alts and AI coins finally." Alts and AI. This is the start of the Becker thesis. Becker did respond here. Yes, he agrees with that sentiment. John says, "Trenches are dead right now. We are close to hitting the reset button." Now, what happens after the reset button? That's when things power up and go back to all-time highs. Everyone gets their liquidity back and beyond if this is the super cycle. This tweet right here by Cyclop, which Alex Becker retweeted, says, "Now is the most obvious bull setup I've seen in 7 years of crypto." It doesn't feel like it when you look at the market sentiment. It's shocking out there. But have a look at these graphs. Have a look at what I'm about to show you. You're going to see exactly why it seems like an insane asymmetric bet to think that this is not the final pullback and the only time ever that it's not going to go back up, especially in the 4th year of the cycle with the, I'm going to show you, I got evidence for it all, but I'm just honestly a bit shocked. Bitcoin dominance at supply, ETH and Bitcoin at demand. The last time this happened, the alts went parabolic. Here is the market dominance of Bitcoin. Here is the Ethereum Bitcoin graph, projected to go absolutely parabolic into what Becker says is the smell of the vibe shift back to true altcoins. Altseason. This is where everybody made money in the last 2 cycles, in actual Altseason. Now, the overall reason for this, the overall thesis, is because everything is following the price action in Bitcoin, and Becker also says ETH here as the top 2 tokens. He says, "If you look at every chart in crypto, things seem bearish and confusing. Stop. Stop everything. Stop your tantrums. It all literally comes down to Bitcoin and ETH. People have to remind themselves. They get lost in the trenches and they forget that Bitcoin is literally an insane financial revolution that's going to keep going up for the next few decades, and we're just riding the liquidity of that." But again, Becker includes ETH in the reference. He says, "If you look at both situations, it's stupidly bullish," and I do agree. Bitcoin. Nations are buying. The finite supply is already causing supply issues, and it cannot go anywhere but up. Saylor thinks it's going to $13 million a coin in the next 20 or so years. ETH. They are running the same price smothering they did with Bitcoin in 2024. We ranged 8 months while BlackRock bought a huge chunk of the supply. Again, the smart money is buying. The retail is leaving and the institutions are actually getting into the game as we speak. There's simply not enough Bitcoin, and the buyers in size and quantity both keep stacking up. This means the ETH run is inevitable. And therefore, if Bitcoin goes up and ETH goes up, the alt season and the mid caps is going to go nuts, which is so obvious 2 weeks ago. But today people think it's impossible. If you're an idiot like me, analyzing the entire market will just confuse you. The situation for ETH and Bitcoin is just a matter of time bullish. You can base almost all your alt trades, especially in AI and real world assets, off this thesis alone. We will see a new ETH all-time high. This doesn't really make sense in English, but I think he's then saying sooner or later that's going to trickle down into the altcoins. And while we're high level on the Bitcoin thesis, because that's what drives all the liquidity into crypto and the market, Elio Trade says, wait a second. Global gold reserves have been getting recalled last week. Insiders maybe knew Trump was going to audit Fort Knox. If you haven't heard about this, this is the US's gold supply in Fort Knox. It's supposedly 500 tons of gold, which is, I think, by far the biggest and a large share of the entire gold market, which the US is holding, which made them so rich. And we don't have to go back into the history, but as the dollar was backed with the gold, and they held gold for a lot of other nation states, on paper, apparently they hold 500 tons of gold. But it hasn't been audited or checked since 1974. And Donald Trump is auditing to make sure that that gold is actually there in Fort Knox. Elio Trades goes on to say it's well known that gold reserves are rife with fraud. If the gold isn't there, how much of this demand will then be slammed into Bitcoin? And Walker continued this, where he says, Elon pushes Trump to audit Fort Knox. Audit reveals there's less than 500 tons of gold. Trump realizes China and Russia have way more gold in the US, but very little Bitcoin. Trump issues an executive order for a strategic Bitcoin reserve, citing national security. The money printer goes burp to buy the Bitcoin. It's the game theory. The last nation to buy is going to be the nation that loses. And US buys as much Bitcoin as the market will sell. The price of gold collapses in BTC terms. And Michael Saylor was talking about what he would do if he was advising Donald Trump. And he said he would literally sell the 500 tons of gold, crash the gold market, and put that into Bitcoin and have the race of Bitcoin, the game theory, begin. China and Russia realized Trump got the jump on them and start trying to acquire Bitcoin after USA prints and everyone else prints. Price of gold collapses further. Peter Schiff is admitted to the mental hospital. And again, that is just a thought experiment, but the big macro moves are what is going to be driving our meme coins, our altcoins, our AI coins, our RWA coins to go parabolic as the meta comes back. Alex Becker says, gents, BlackRock is buying, the president is buying, countries are buying. We just have to keep up the lie that ETH works a little bit longer. It's working. We are so close to rugging the entire world. Do not stop. Tell them it cures AIDS if you have to, obviously being facetious here, but saying that the big companies, the big nations are buying and are going to be buying more and more, bringing so much liquidity into crypto. Michael Vanderpop, fantastic name, says, I'm currently 7 months all in to my altcoin portfolio and down 50 to 70%. I've been doing the same previous cycle and some coins went up 20,000% from the low, the current low that they're at. I've held coins for multiple years to see the reward, and that reward is enormous. Just sit back and relax and stop panicking. And then Mustache says, what if 2025 repeats what happened in 2017? It doesn't even have to be that extreme, but the chart looks pretty damn similar, just bigger. That's what we want, more ROIs. Altseason is going to happen, if you ask me. I don't listen to the 90% of the bears because 95% plus people are really bearish right now, which, guys, do you think that most people always get the market right? No. Do you think the institutions who are actually manipulating the market and making the market get it right more often? Absolutely. He says, I focus on my charts. You can see this is 2016 where we currently are. A little bit of that pullback, and then it went absolutely parabolic, going from $1 billion into $400 billion, and then going from what we're currently at, 1.25 trillion, up to, they've got it projected here, up to 10 trillion if history repeats itself. And a lot of these graphs, guys, I've got from Alex Becker retweeting, which shows that he is believing in what these tweets and graphs are saying. He says, remember, most noobs here on crypto Twitter never achieved or felt how it is like to pull a 100x return or a 1000x return. That's why they're panicking, because they haven't seen what it takes to pull one of those off yet. It takes a lot of patience and most capitulate. I'm not worried about bags that retrace. It's part of the game. People don't understand it's part of the game. You can't go up only. If you're going up only, that's probably when you're actually at the top and you got to really worry. CT Moonboys remain broke. And you can see he was talking about all of his tweets, talking about FET, which Fetch AI is one of the biggest AI coins now. He was talking about it way back here at 2.6 cents, at 19 cents, at 8 cents, again at 62 cents, and then it skyrocketed up here to $3.20, which, you know, he's been tweeting about it for literally months, if not years, before it actually had a run up. Now it's had a big pullback and is going back on the upside, but he's saying you have to know that coins are going to go up 10, 20x and then pull back 90%. That is the journey of crypto. That's why there's so much upside, because if it wasn't volatile, then everyone would be trading it and all the gains would be seen overnight, and then no one else would make money. Now, where does Becker, where does Elio think that this parabolic run is going to be really focused? Because we could be like, oh yeah, it's going to run, but maybe not everything will run. Well, It's a great question. That's why I'm making this video, because I want to see exactly what they're most bullish on as well. Ilio says, there's a poetic nature to ETH being at historic lows against Bitcoin, while the trenches eat each other alive. All as financial conditions to ease for the first time in 4 years soon. Attention-based crap to zero. Market-leading tech to infinity. He thinks that market-leading tech, actual tech innovations in crypto and utility tokens are going to go to infinity. Gwart had a funny tweet that Becker also retweeted. He said, let's not group these fast rugs in with the hardworking teams that have spent the last 3 years earnestly building slow rugs, because let's be real. Everything is going to pull back eventually after the super cycle's over, but we just want them to pull back slower so we can get out at the top and sell them onto the retail money as they come into the market. Who of which the retail is not fully here at all compared to 2021. Now, Becker also agrees. In fact, he's got a video coming out. I don't know, he likes to hold back on his videos when the market is bearish, on real world assets and AI assets. That's what he is focusing on. And he says, there's countless AI and real-world asset coins at nearly guaranteed 5 to 10x buy prices right now, which, if you believe in the thesis, is absolutely true, because these pullback prices have been a strong pullback. Let's be honest, it's been a massive pullback. A lot of people didn't see this coming. I sensed something like this was coming just intuitively. I don't look at the charts or anything, because I'm like, it can't be that easy. We can't just all 100x our money in 3 months and think that that's how crypto works. There has to be these pullbacks to shake out the paper hands, to shake out the non-believers, so that the people who did believe can cash in on their 100x gains. If you're here to actually make money, the play is so obvious and so easy. Now, someone said, what's your top 3 AI and real world asset plays? And kindly don't make jokes about my mum again. This is a serious inquiry. Honestly, you can go through my list. Big ones like Destra are an easy 5x range. Smaller ones like Palm, Vertical, and Reploy are an easy 10x ranges. And Zach said, agreed, Vertical and Reploy are easy 10x from here. He also went on to talk about Zig. Cryptos with a Z here on Twitter says, Zig is one of my best and safest investments. It literally doesn't dump like the rest of the market. Alex Becker says, Zig gonna go stupid soon as ETH breaks its all-time high. Another opportunity that Becker's looking at here is from Crypto Wizard's tweet. Think that we get a Tau, a bit tensor, subnet season soon. Just like we had with Polkadot way back in 2021, the subnets of Tau are rumored by Crypto Wizard and Alex Becker, who says yes, to have a massive run up soon. We can do more videos on that this week. I won't make this video too long, but we're going to be breaking down all these opportunities together. And lastly, Becker is talking about his very own meme coin. He believes that he can fix the entire meta of meme coins with his meme alone. And he's the golden god, Papi KOL. Do I think he can do it? I'm actually a little bit hesitant that his meme coin setup, I've done a video on this, will be great for everybody, but I think if you're first, you're going to do extremely, extremely well. And I don't think it's his goal that everyone gets a fair shot at it, or I hope it's not. So I think there's a lot of opportunity here, but let's have a look what he is saying. I have zero input about the current meme crap show. That said, the spirit of meme coins is and always has been fair chaos. He says all participants are equal, meaning everyone has the same info, everyone has the same knowledge. It's a fair playing field. If you don't know you're down the food chain too far, you're going to lose money. Your job is to figure out how to get up the food chain as far as possible, because it's like poker. It's like sitting down at a poker table and people have better cards than you and know how to play those cards better than you. It's like, get your poker skills up before you sit at the poker table. Poker is technically fair, even though there's always going to be winners and losers. And the winners are always going to be the winners because they are higher skilled. And in crypto, the further up the food chain you are, the better you're going to do. Becker says, my meme coin will exemplify this and bring back the forgotten culture of an equal shit show and chaos for all. No insiders, no edges, no dev or founder allocation, pure chaos that puts everyone on the same footing. He will take zero, never to trade or own any stake in the coin. No dev or individual who works on the coin will also get any. No key opinion leaders, no cabal. Its OG holders will be total randos who get there first. It's literally a foot race. I donate my brand for the sake of shits and giggles. I was doing it originally for the lulz, but now it's time to make a statement that the giggles as well as the shits can still be achieved in memes. The magic is still there. The magic is money-making opportunities. No one's happy. There's no magic. There's no sparkle to the meme coin world when everyone's losing. That's what happened with the Argentine coin. The founders made all the money and literally no one who invested made any money. Believe in something, aka the blatant, aimless, but fair stupidity I'm about to release. Like for cool points, they matter. Namaste. So once again, this is the time to lock in. This is the time to double down. This is the time to be crazy optimistic when other people aren't, because it's an asymmetric bet. If there's an 80% chance we're going up, now is the time to be doubling down on the thesis, not when coins are at all-time highs. If you're down for the mission, hit the subscribe button below, and I'll see you in the next video.